Yo. All right. Cool. All right, so I'm just looking a little bit at this documentation um for Ceph. Yeah, there's a face cam. Whoa. Yeah. Um my guess is that it's gonna keep getting darker and the face cam is just gonna look worse and worse, but we'll see. Yep. Audio Technica. Oh my god, what is it? The 8. How do I not remember the model number? The classic one. M50X, right? And then the mod mic. Honestly, I'm confused about the mod mic because when I got it, I like heard really good things, and then I got it, and low key it sounded like shit to me. Um, but now it seems fine, and I don't know. Maybe it was fine the whole time, but whatever. Yeah, you can see out my window. It's kind of dark. I realized last stream I was like pretty incoherent by the end of the stream, and I think it was because, I mean, I don't know why. I was probably tired, but also I decided to blame it on the fact that I had been talking into a sealed room by myself for a long time, and the CO2 level is probably like 2000 ppm. So I was like, are drops enabled? No, I'm sorry. Dude, it's actually weird. They only whitelisted drops on like certain streams, so even if I was streaming Valorant, I wouldn't have drops. Which maybe I'll stream Valorant after this, although I would have to reboot into Windows, which is annoying. But anyway, all right, people are starting to show up. Who is not CQL actually? Is it actually CQL? Because I highly doubt it, but LMAO. Do PHP, you know, it shows when you're like online on Twitch and like who you're watching to unless you mark it as appear invisible. I got my eyes on you. Anyway, so basically what I want to do is work on Ceph and start using Ceph in more places, because we sort of are just starting to get the Ceph cluster going. And nothing is really using it except for like a few VMs are using it for backing storage. And so what I want to do is start putting more things onto it, start actually giving it some like realistic load. and test out a few different things. There's a couple ways we can do that, but mostly I want to look into ways we can use it from applications that are running inside Kubernetes. And there's a few that's really easy to do with, or I shouldn't say easy, but like a few that are like obvious choices. Pretty much anything that needs persistent storage, especially things that aren't already set up, is something we can look at. So for instance, if you saw Bernard's stream on a while ago, this was last Friday maybe, he was working on Loki, which is a logging, it basically accumulates all the logs in our Kubernetes cluster. I mean, you can use it for more logs in general, but we run, the way he had it set up is it runs fluentd on the Kubernetes nodes, which basically picks up the logs from all the Kubernetes containers, and then it puts them into Loki, and then we can query Loki from Grafana. But the problem is currently all of those logs are stored in Loki, but Loki doesn't have any persistent storage. So as soon as those containers restart, which can happen, all of the logs are lost, which is obviously a problem. So it's an obvious solution. That's one obvious place where we can use that persistent storage so that our logs persist, which is obviously good. But there are other things too. Matrix is a really interesting example because Matrix isn't like set up yet. It's not in production at this point, so we can just sort of fuck around with it. It's fine. Another thing I was looking into is Mastodon. A little more complex just because Mastodon is already set up and live. So we have to be careful about how we transition there so we don't like lose media. Yeah, go break Matrix. Anyway, and to be clear, like especially if any of you haven't been on the stream before, please do ask questions, because I feel like I just talk a lot. OMG, it really is him. Wow, welcome to the stream. Yeah, please ask questions, because I feel like I probably make a lot of assumptions that people know stuff, and there's a lot of things that people don't know. I mean, especially when you're working in things like Kubernetes and Ceph, there's a lot of like background knowledge that I might take for granted that a lot of you don't have. So, okay. Yeah, well, if you know nothing, you should ask about everything, you know? Like, what kind of stream would it be if I didn't just like talk about random shit the whole time? Okay, so first of all, right, so I guess let's see, is Bernard in the chat? No. So I want to avoid setting up Bernard's messing with Bernard's stuff using Loki, and I want us to sort of let him do that if he wants. Although if he's fine with me doing that, then maybe we can do that. But I want to start things off by I told him that I would make sure that the provisioner, the Ceph provisioner in our Kubernetes cluster is working so that he can work on that. So what this means is basically in Kubernetes, there's a way to basically tell Kubernetes like, hey, I want this volume, which is basically like a file system. Basically you can in your definition of your application, you know, in YAML that runs in Kubernetes, you can basically just say like, I need a Ceph file system, and then it should automatically, if we have the provisioner set up correctly, it should basically automatically provision that out of CephFS and provide that to your pods. And that's what I want to make sure is working. I think it was working before, but it's been a couple weeks since I looked at this, so I just want to like make sure that this is working. So what I'm going to try and do is set up like a really basic service that runs in Kubernetes and just basically just make sure that you know, that it's working. Yeah, that's it. I guess here's what I'll do. I'm just going to set up two. Like I'm gonna do. I want to do this as simple as possible. So I think what basically I just want to make sure that it's correctly mounting those file systems and accessing them. So I think what I'm gonna do is just set up two basic Nginx pods in Kubernetes. So Nginx is just a simple web server. Basically, these will just be really basic services that are easy to work with. And then I should be able to go into those pods, like for instance, make changes in one pod and then see those changes reflected in the other pod. Yeah, just a really basic setup. Hello, Ninth. Okay. I just want this to be as uncomplicated as possible, basically. Quick reference. How to use this? Okay, so this is basically what I want. Okay. So it looks like this is the directory that has the HTML content. So I'm going to make this be the directory from that is used by the I'm going to make this be the directory that is used. Sorry, let me make this bigger. This will be the directory that the Ceph file system is mounted at, and then that should be shared between the two pods is the idea. So let me just make sure my namespace is nice and empty. All right, perfect. What? A little confused there. The command is get, not PVC, so I don't know why it would be why it's complaining that. Oh, you have to put it at the end? Is that really it? That's dumb. My phone buzzing. Shh. Do not disturb. All right. Okay, cool. Oh shit, wow, okay. There's a lot of random stuff. So most of this is not relevant. I just want to see if there are any currently active, because I'm not... I think it's sufficient to basically just create a normal persistent volume claim, and then set the storage class on that, and then basically the provisioner will see that and create the actual persistent volume, aka like the actual file system. But I don't know if there are other annotations we need on the persistent volume claim. So the thing we're using for the provisioner is the CephFS CSI provisioner, I think. Or Ceph CSI provisioner, I guess. Yeah, okay. So we can look at this. Let me adjust this a little bit. Nice. Yeah, my hair is really long. Need a fucking haircut, but okay, come on. This is, I need examples. Please example me. CephFS. PVC. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, okay. So this is all we need. The storage class we're using is actually not this. So you can check the storage classes in Kubernetes. What's up, Chris? You can check the storage classes in Kubernetes by doing kubectl get storage class. So we have one for NFS and then one for CephFS. So we should just be able to do this basically. Yeah, I'm not shaving my hair, sorry. Whoops. Okay. Just gonna do the classic copy and paste here. Oh, I did the wrong thing. That's what I meant to do. Okay, and for this, we just called the storage class FFS, so this is all we need to do. Oh, okay. I know how to use Vim, I swear. FS test. That's probably fine. Okay, and then we'll create this in my dev namespace. Oh, so we can just do apply. And this will apply it into my names. Oh, I need to create that apparently. Love to mess around with Kubernetes. The classic. Okay, so maybe it doesn't show PVCs. I guess get all doesn't show PVCs, which I don't know why it's called all then. Seems a little bit of a misnomer, but whatever. So you can see this says bound, which means that there should be a persistent volume backing this now. So you can do describe instead of get to get a little bit more detail on this. And you can see, sorry, this is like, let's see, there we go. So you can see these events. We created, and then it says waiting to be provisioned by the external provisioner, cffs.cosi.cf.com. And then here it's provisioning it, and then here successfully provisioned. So that means that it basically has created the backing persistent volume for this. And I think if you actually do cooperc get PV, I think you can, I mean, there's a lot of shit here actually, but yeah. So here's the backing persistent volume actually. So cool. Now we can create our two pods. Let me get out full screen here. We can create our two pods that reference this. Kubernetes pod. I never remember all the YAML. Dude, I just want YAML that I can copy paste. Okay. This is fine. This is basically what I want. Oh, jeez. All right, we're gonna make two pods. So this one will just be pod 1. I don't think we need labels. Name web image nginx. Yeah, this seems fine. We need to mount our volume. That's the only other thing. But let's rename this one. Okay, and then we just need to add the volume mounts. Let's see. Pod overview. Come on. Okay, so this is kind of what we want basically. So let's just add this here and volume mounts. CFS vol. Wait. Oh wait, I'm done. Mount path, and this is the one that we looked up here. So it's user share nginx HTML. Hopefully. And hey yo, what's up, Sam? Yeah, I mean, I don't have. Dude, I don't know what is up with the Twitch account CG505, like without the underscore. Like, I can't imagine someone else registered this account that wasn't me. Like, I probably just made it when I was 13 and then forgot everything about it, but it doesn't seem to be registered in my emails. I don't know, man. I mean, somehow people also have CG505 on like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Like, I don't know who the fuck is registering this username. Like, I literally picked it because no one else would ever think to use it ever, because it's so obnoxious. But anyway. Okay, cool. So volume mounts, name, SFS vol. That's fine. Gotta love the classic fucking super verbose thing. Kubernetes. Volumes. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't like this thing in YAML where you like do the extra indent here. It doesn't actually matter. Whoops. It doesn't actually matter, but it's just annoying. Okay. All right. Name SFS vol. And then PVC. Wait. Oh no. Resistant what? Okay. Right, this is actually what I need to use. How do you put it? What do you put in the pod, YAML? Like I have all this stuff. This is all good. Where's the okay, here we go. Okay, this is what we want. Persistent volume claim, and then the name of the claim. So persistent volume claim name. What did I call the claim? Oh shit, y'all are fucking the chat is scrolling too fast. Oh no. How are you highlighting rectangles? You can do Control V. So in Vim, when you go into visual mode, just hitting V normally goes to plain visual mode, which like works as expected. Shift V will highlight by line, and then Control V will highlight block. Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, I don't want to, like, for editing simple config files like this, I just use Vim. Like, it's, I don't care. I have no stake in the editor war anymore. Damn, wait, I'm hungry too. Someone bring me food. Okay, does anyone remember what I called this? SFS test, great name, okay. Oh wait, no, I just, abort. Right, I just dropped it, okay. SFS test, and then we can just, so okay, so look, this is Shift V. And then you can yank and paste. Easy, except, oh god, okay. This is all wrong. And this is wrong too. Okay. I think this is good now. So these are basically the same thing, just twice. It's okay, I'll get to the Emacs portion later when we're like actually doing interesting stuff. But like editing YAML, everyone knows it's just a pain in the ass, no matter what. So, dude, everything about YAML just is like bad. I don't, like, they could have made something that replaced JSON, but was just like well defined. But instead, they just like gave you all of these awkward flexibilities that they had no need to give you. Like, you can put a space before the dashes, or you cannot. You know, you can, instead of typing true, you can type true or enable or on. Like, what? Just like just make it like there should be one way to write the YAML. You know what I mean? Like, there shouldn't be all these weird ambiguities. It's really frustrating. Ugh. Yes, JSON is a subset of YAML. Sad but true. God. Okay. let's see what I fucked up. Let's just try applying this. See if this works. Okay. Okay, so there's a difference here. If you're using... Okay, it's running. I'm gonna do my rant first while we watch this screen while the age goes up. So there's a difference. If you're actually programming and you're using Vim, that you're doing it wrong, because even if you like the way Vim feels, you should be using Emacs and then using like Evil Mode or Spacemacs or something that uses Vim key bindings in Emacs. If you're like editing config files, if you're SSH to another server, like if it's simple shit, like I don't care. You know what I mean? If you're actually programming, like please use Emacs. Don't use Vim. Or use an IDE like a sane person, but you know. Oh, the JS shell has arrived in the chat. Okay, cool. So these pods should be working. I can do something like kubectl. Let's just get open another. Oops. Open another terminal here, and then we can. Sorry if there are weird sounds in the background. My window is open as I described earlier in the stream. Port forward. What? What is the syntax here? Why is the first line of the help not the syntax? Why does it have examples? It just... oh, it's here. Why is it there? Okay. Anyway. Pod 1. What is my 8346 colon 80. Okay. And then just that's not a great sign. Let's exec into this pod and see what's going on. All right, hold on. I need to make the chat bigger so I stop going like this every time I want to see it. Okay. I think the idea behind putting the usage at the bottom of the man page is that when you run -- help, like you can see it right above the thing. You don't have to scroll up. Like most of the time when it's a big help file and then you run help, you have to like scroll all the way up to the top of the help. And the idea here is they can put more in help, but then the usage is still right where you can see it. But then it's like really confusing. My guess is that if I actually ran kubectl something -- help more often, I would like be used to that, but it definitely is disorienting at first. Okay, so let's exec into this pod and see what's going on. Okay, where is this shit? User share nginx HTML. User share nginx. I don't know why it says permission denied. That's reasonable. All right. I mean, it's fine. Like, oh wait, we can look at logs probably. The fuck? How is it forbidden? Wait, we just looked at it. It's like globally readable. What? And writable? Is that the problem? Or is this the problem? That would be dumb. No, okay. I don't... I'm pretty confused here. I don't know why there would be a permissions error. Like, you can see this directory should be readable by anyone. Oh. Rip. What kind of host is this cluster running on? So we have it's all bare metal. So none of this is in the cloud. There's, I think, three machines, three physical servers in the cluster right now. And oh no, I don't think there's any seccomp. It's all Debian 10. And like also so yeah, it's all Debian 10. And in any case, like I would think that like literally running this command here, which is indexing the directory, would be. Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet directory indexes are just disabled. Yeah, Jaw. I think you're on the right track. Oh, Vim is not installed, I bet. V is not installed. Echo? Okay. Alright, let's try this. There we go. Alright. And that works too. Okay, cool. So this is working. So now the question is, if we connect to the other pod, do we still see this shit? Alright. So by all indications, this is working. I'm just dumb. Yeah, I think that's it. I think Nginx, the default Nginx config doesn't have directory indexes. But once you add the index.html, it seems to work fine. So but yeah. Yeah, I was talking about the cluster, so I want to finish talking about that really quickly. Basically, it's kind of jank right now because the masters are virtual machines on physical hardware we have in our server room on campus. But the masters are all virtual machines on the same physical machine. So if that physical machine goes down, then we're screwed anyway. So like, so much for HA. But besides that, there are three other physical machines that are the actual workers. And it's running a fair amount of stuff, like our Mastodon, which I mentioned earlier, as well as website, and then a lot of internal tools, like our internal issue, like Kanban board, our ticket tracker, a bunch of other stuff, our IRC bot, our account creation subsystems, you know, all that good shit. So I mean, it's definitely reliable. We use it in production all the time. So I would be really surprised if like we ran into any issues like seccomp or I don't know. Buster did add some stuff, but we've had hosts on like Buster did cause some problems for us when we first upgraded some machines in the cluster to that, but they've been going fine for a while. So I don't think that will be a problem. There was some weird problem with there were weird problems mostly with our IRC server, I think, when we upgraded to Buster. Jaw can probably talk more about that. I was mentally checked out. So you had to run your cluster on Zenguess on classroom machines, and all the students kept turning them off. Classic. Yeah, people I think the funnier thing is not people that turn the machines off, like from running our computer lab. The funny thing is not people that turn the machines off, but people that turn the monitors off. Like, I don't know why people do this, but they do a lot. We actually didn't have that many people turn the machines themselves off for some reason, but yeah. 37 nodes up for all of 2 days. Oh, damn. Were you running like web services on it, or compute jobs, or what? To conserve power? The problem is the monitors already go to sleep, like when they're not in use. And the machines also go to sleep whenever we're closed. So I don't know. Although right now all the machines are on and like crunching on folding at home, so that's pretty dope. But wasting lots of electricity. Woo. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, compute jobs. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess as long as you're okay with your, you know, your jobs randomly dying, then that's not necessarily too bad. Okay, so this seems to be working, which is awesome to see. I eventually need to take all of the configuration for the CephFS provisioner, or the Ceph CSI provisioner, and actually put that into someplace in Git, probably in our Puppet configuration. But I'm not going to worry about that right now, because that's just going to be an annoying, tedious process. I just wanted to make sure that it works, and also sort of demonstrate what to do. Maybe I'll tell Bernard to come watch this when he's trying to set up the persistent storage in Loki. But in any case, let's move on. So I think I want feedback from chat if we should work on Matrix or on Mastodon. Mastodon has like, might be a little bit less painful just because, well, I don't know. I don't know whether it will be more painful to work on something that is already deployed, where we're going to be having to avoid taking down prod, or to work on something that is still very alpha. I will say Matrix. Okay, I will say the documentation, like literally, okay, look at this. This is, so I was looking up the documentation for how to do this in Mastodon, like how to point Mastodon at object storage. This is not the right one. This is not the right. Okay, yeah. This is the extent of their documentation on this, right? Configuring your environment. Okay. They just give you a list of config values to set. They don't tell you anything else. Like, they don't tell you what permissions you need. They don't tell you, yeah. This is annoying. I guess we could use Swift as well. Doesn't really matter which one we do. Ceph supports both of these protocols. We could also use CephFS, and then just tell Mastodon to mount a certain CephFS instead of using object storage directly. I don't know if that distinction is clear, but yeah. Mastodon did this really funny thing where they used to have an entire repository for documentation, and then at some point they archived that repository in favor of this website, but they never actually finished building the website before they archived the documentation repository. So there's a lot of documentation that exists in a horribly outdated state on that archived repository, and it's just not on the website. And I'm like, what? Which one do I think will be more complicated? I don't know. The one thing is that I think Mastodon does have native support for like the S3. Like they have this native support for like the S3 or Swift APIs, whereas I think with Matrix you have to, I'm kind of going off the top of my head here, so I'm not entirely sure, but I think for Matrix you have to give it, sorry, my brain stopped working. I think you have to use an external tool to set that up, as opposed to it being built in. Actually, yeah, I'm confident that that's the case now that I think about it. So you can Matrix S3 storage. Is this it? Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, this is basically what you would use. I guess this is technically by matrix.org. Like, this is by the official Matrix organization. Yeah. So, but this is still like an external plugin for Synapse. So, might be a little bit more complicated to set up. But the advantage is we can mess around and we don't have to worry about bringing down prod. So, this might be better to do right now. And then maybe I'll look into Mastodon a little bit more. Do the complicated one. Bring down prod. Fuck. All right. I mean, yeah. This is funny because I like found this because I was looking into this. Oh shit! I have made notifications. I found this because I was like looking into how to do this, and then I like went to it, and at the time this commit didn't exist, so the most recent commit was from Cure, and this was literally totally unrelated. By the way, for people that don't know, Cure is a major OCF contributor, but this is literally totally unrelated to to OCF. Like, they were just working on this for totally unrelated reason and just happened to have the most recent commit, so that was funny. But anyway, what notification do I have? Okay, I'll look at that later. Okay, yeah, fine. Yeah, let's do Mastodon. So, like I said, the documentation on their website is kind of shit. But there are a few guides on the internet that describe how to set this up. So we will maybe use one of these, or like look at all of them and figure out which one to use. I guess I only have two open here. Yeah, I guess these two. Okay. So I think these two, let me make this a little bigger. So we can base it off of these two things probably. So it looks like the first thing we need to do is, this one is assuming that you're actually using AWS S3 itself. I think this one is assuming you're using Wasabi, which is another S3 compatible service provider. It's not Ceph, but I mean, like, the idea is basically just that I might go with the Wasabi one just because it doesn't assume that you're actually using S3, you're just using the S3 API, which is what we're doing in this case. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and look at this. I know that the first thing we need to do is create basically a Ceph user. I don't know what the correct term is, but like a Ceph account that then Mastodon would have the credentials for. So let's look into that really quick. So, okay. So here's how you can do this. Okay. Get user info. Okay, yeah, so I feel like I might have already created a user, so I just want to, like, I don't know if there's a way to list all of the users. Wait, okay. User management. It doesn't say anything. Maybe if you just do user info without a --UID, it will. Okay, I'm gonna blank the screen really quick here because I am a little bit worried that it's just gonna dump the AWS keys on the screen. It did not, but it also wasn't very helpful. So oh, there's no Ceph here. Wait, okay, let me blank it again. Okay, so no, but let me see if there's a way to list all of the users somehow. Oh wow, okay, it just gave me the help for all of Rados. Okay, user list. Okay, wait, that sounds like what we want. Oh, okay. So I made a matrix. I was going to test on matrix, so I guess I made one for matrix, but I'm going to create one for Mastodon. And yeah, okay. I guess this is the command we need to use. Yeah. So let me just copy paste this and change this. We're gonna use OCF Mastodon, I guess, as the username, display name, OCF Mastodon, this account or something like that. And then the email is ocfmastodon@ocf.berkeley.edu. Cool. And I'm gonna black this screen out again because I'm pretty sure you can see this is what it responds here to this command, and yeah, the access keys are just right out there in the open. So classic. Got Kimchi Garden. They're still open. I don't know if I've ever actually been there, but is it good? I feel like I've heard good things, but I don't know why I haven't been. I do miss some good Korean food there. Yep, these keys are right. They're just chilling here. All right, it's gonna be a struggle to see whether or not I leak these. Ah. Okay, so this created the account. Sorry, let me clear and then I will go back to so you can see my screen. Cool. So we have the account created now. And let's look at this tutorial. The context. So the DB contains about 20 million toots for about 20 gigabytes. The most painful part is to handle the media. I don't think we have this many, but well, people are talking outside my window. Hello. Okay. This guy only has 45 gigabytes. We have like there. Suda quota dash s. Yeah, so we're currently using 105 gigabytes of media storage. So there's a lot. Okay, cool. I don't care about Wasabi. Create an account. Okay, create a public bucket. You should be able to do that by yourself. What does that mean? Okay, I think the other one actually describes how to do this, so let's look. Because I think you use the Ceph API. It's the S3 API itself to add the bucket and add the user information. So, yeah. So for instance, like bucket ops here is under S3 API. So I think you want to actually use the S3 API itself to do this. I think this guide might have a better guide on this. Okay. This is all AWS specific stuff, but we have added the user and we have our keys. And we have copied down the access key and secret access key, or the access key ID and the secret access key. All right, see you, Richie. Is Jake watching? Okay. It doesn't. It. It's a sad man. It doesn't. It still doesn't say how to create the bucket. Click create bucket. No. This is not what I want to do. I just how do I create the bucket? Nint, is Kimchi Garden good? You didn't answer my question. Okay. Admin guide. Maybe it says something here about creating buckets. It does not. What do I hear? Okay, this is the bucket operations page. Oh man. All right, are we gonna have to actually So maybe we should install the AWS. See, do people, okay, is there anyone in chat who knows how to actually interact with like the AWS CLI and everything? Anyone? Where's Cure when you need him? Damn. Okay. So maybe we can actually use AWS CLI to create the bucket. I don't know. This is the kind of research I should do before I start the stream. Now, I thought Kelda was all GK. Well, I'm sure times are changing. You gotta get the best price on the... Well, you know, Kelda's all turning into a SaaS company now, so... Damn. Oh, that makes sense. Alright. To upload files S3, you can use S3 CMD MC from MiniIO or AWS CLI. S3 CMD is slow and uses 10 gigabytes of RAM on my server. What the fuck? Alright, I'm just gonna install AWS CLI and see what happens. Yeah. Y'all go check out kelda.io/blimp. Shilling for my future employer. Okay, how do I install this shit? Oh no. Oh, it's okay. Virtual env time. Okay, let's go. Wow, I should not leak my file system. Shit is nasty. Okay, let's see, AWS CLI. We can just do this. Python, oh god. Does it even work on Python 3.5? Python 3, and hope this works. Okay. Oh wait. No, that's not what I want to call it. AWS VM. Let's go with that. All right. How are y'all doing? Oh shit. Only 4 viewers. Oh no. Boring stream. Washed up streamer. Just kidding. Just talk about random stuff in chat. You know, this is the best way to Oh, I did it again. Okay, pip install AWS CLI. You gotta run up the chat numbers. No, I'm kidding. Kimchi fried rice omelet thing is good. Okay. How do you order from them? Did you just call them? I haven't had Korean in a while, you know, so I've been thinking about it. Upload to Fluffy. Good one. It's because the cat is fluffy, and then the uploading site is also fluffy. Wait, doesn't that mean you have to wait at the restaurant while they cook your food? Like, that's how you die. Okay, so it's installed now. So let's see how to do this. Okay, AWS configure. Okay, I'm gonna blank the screen out here and copy and paste in the access key ID and everything. So only takes 8 minutes and didn't contact any. You mean like there was literally just no one there? Okay. Still, like, the air outside is poisonous. Okay, so the other thing I need to do is okay. So I want to tell it to okay, I don't want to do this. This is annoying. I wanted to just always use our thing. Oh my god, you have to install a plugin? The fuck? That's nah. Alright, fine. I guess I'm just doing -- endpoint URL on every single request. It's fine. Okay. So AWS S3 -- help. Want to create a bucket. Are you serious? Okay, come on. Help. It's a man page. We're reading the fucking manual. Create what? Is this what? What? Okay, so is this Amazon? Okay, so like AWS S3 create bucket. No, not that. Bruh. How? This is like deeply confusing to me. It just says. Right, so do we need to use S3 API instead of S3? Okay. All right, now we're starting to cook. Cook? Okay. All right, so here's what we need to do. The AWS S3 API, create bucket, -- bucket, and then the bucket name, presumably. Bucket string, the name of the bucket to create. Yeah, okay, cool. So the ACL, we'll just fix the ACLs later, so I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Well, actually, let's just look. What ACLs do we actually need? Okay. This is confusing. And the ACLs are also a little bit different since we're using Ceph instead of actual S3. So I keep forgetting the camera's on when I'm still doing the fun stuff. Okay. See, this is why I never want to actually have to use S3. Okay, so I think basically the actual contents here should be public but not enumerable, if that makes sense. Because you want random people to be able to see their media that they upload, but you don't want people to be able, like, if you click on, if you click on a image, you want to be able to see the image, which means it needs to be public. But you don't want, oh my god, my brain not working. Okay, but you don't want people to be able to list all of the images that have been uploaded. There we go. Da 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 da. Okay. Brain stopped working. Maybe it wasn't the CO2 levels, you know? Maybe I'm just, you know, dumb. Anyway. Okay. So the one other thing I wanted to check is what are the default ACLs here? Oh, this is just scrolled down on the same page. ACLs, okay. An ACL is a list of access grants to specify which operations a user can perform on a bucket or an object. Each grant has a specific meaning when applied to a bucket versus applied to an object. Okay. So we don't want read on the bucket. Or we don't want the bucket to be publicly readable, basically, because that means that we can list the things in the bucket. Or writable, obviously. Basically, we don't want any of these permissions. For the, at least publicly. And then the only permission we want the public to have is read on the objects. So yeah. Okay, we can close this. Close this too. Okay. Okay. Bucket ops. So when you create the bucket, what is the default ACLs? So put bucket creates a new bucket. What are the default ACLs? This is all I care about. Canned ACLs. Required, no. So what are the defaults? All right, you know, I think we should just be able to do it, and then endpoint dash URL should be ceph.ocf.berkeley.edu, create bucket dash bucket Mastodon storage. See if this works. I can't spell. All right, cat viewership numbers up to 3. Okay, this is not a good sign. So SMH, which one? Oh shit. Okay, that's what we want. This is actually... How should you know? I don't know. Do their farts not have... Oh, shit, I think it worked. Do their farts not have, like, distinct smells for each one? Are you telling me that you can't distinguish between the farts of your children? That's honestly... Yikes. Okay. So... Get bucket ACL. How do I do this? Wait, S3 API, probably just do... Let's see, let's do help here. ACL. Get bucket ACL. Perfect. Get bucket ACL. Okay. So we have full control. This seems fine. It's owned by us. We have full control. There aren't any public ACL grants. So presumably that means that it's good to go. Okay, so let's go back to the guide here. Okay. Getting a user. Okay. Syncing files from the server to the bucket using AWS CLI. Okay, so this is going to be the annoying part because we have 105 fucking gigabytes of files. So I don't know how we're supposed to, like, test that shit. You know? I don't really want to just bring Mastodon down because I have no clue how long this will take. Face cam! I have no clue how long this will take, so I don't really just want to, like, bring Mastodon down for hours without warning. We can just upload everything we have right now. The problem is I don't know if this, like, sync command will... Be aware it can take a few minutes up to days, depending on the number of files you have. So the thing that I'm concerned... Wait, 16B? You're in an exam, bro? What the hell? Oh my god, all of the exams are taking L's today. Alright, so I don't know who... Damn. Thank you for the follow. Nkadaima. How do I say it? So the thing that I'm concerned about is, I don't know, hopefully this has the good sense to not sync files that are already uploaded. So I should be able to do the sync now and then later do like an incremental sync or something like that. I'm literally... You're just giving up on your exam then? Like, what is... Chat is concerning me right now. So one thing that would actually be nice... Okay, I see what they're doing here. Okay, I see what they're doing here. I don't want to play music because I don't want to get copyright violations because I want to put this on YouTube potentially. I haven't listened to this remix though yet. Social distancing learning has allowed for new opportunities, like flunking out of school. Fucking same. I actually am gonna fail. I'm probably gonna fail classes this semester, and it's supposed to be my last semester, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Such a bot. Should I just play it and pray? What's the worst that'll happen? Yeah, I don't want to get the VOD muted, but I do want to listen to it. If y'all have public domain songs that I can play, I gladly do it. Let's all hit play at the same time. The problem is I have but there's a stream delay. That's pretty bad. I wouldn't want the publishing company to sue me. I don't think that's a thing that happens though. Are they on a label? Like, or is it just, I don't even remember. Or are they do they just like publish all their own stuff? I don't remember. Also, yeah, I need to listen to more Dorian Electrica. Oh, how do you say it? Electra. Dorian Electra. Fuck. I'm sure they would, but yes, I listened to the I don't remember the name of the song, but I did listen to it. It was pretty good. But I just haven't listened like much beyond that. Or have you, if you sent multiple songs, I've only listened to one, sorry. Oh, rip. Alright, well. LOL. Yeah, I guess recommend me Dorian Electra songs that I'll listen to after stream, along with the Get to You remix. Okay. So I kind of want to see if it's working without actually like what I in the ideal world what would happen is it would use Ceph for new media, and existing media would still be able to be served. What is Greenpoint? I'm out of the loop. Lol. Fucking hipster. Alright, nice. All right, see ya. Thanks for the promo. Also, yeah, let's not get into like random electronic indie music producer drama. 10 out of 10 promo. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna just play this. But I'm not playing anything more than this one song. This shit's boring anyway. So like, if it gets muted, then oh fuck, that's huge. It got really laggy. Fucking Electron, bro. Oh, now it's a dude. Spotify. Why? Why? Work this time, please. It's so I can like feel like the crash coming. Okay. That's a volume. That's pretty quiet. Huh. All right. Oh fuck.
I don't know how to be alone. I'm always picking up the phone.
Alright. That should be good as far as levels go, I think. Oh shit. Wait, this is like the song. This is more of a cover than a remix. Okay. Wayland Gnome. Bet. Okay. Oh my, it's so bad, dude. Oh god. Okay, I don't mean the song. I mean it's like super laggy. Okay. So I think maybe so I want to make sure that it's working basically before we do individual, but before we actually sync everything over. So I want to try and spin up a dev instance, but I'm not sure how to make this work without like basically breaking everything. Because I don't want to use the production database or the production anything. Because if you run Mastodon, actually, I think maybe it would be okay if we run it. I think it would be okay to run it as a dev instance as long as I don't do anything federated. Because if you, like, I can run it at another URL and then just don't touch anything that is at all federated. And because if you do federated things and you don't have the URL set up, like, it gets really upset. That's the main thing I'm concerned about. But let me try and spin up a dev instance. And we'll see what's going on. Oh, this is wild. Dorian Electra has coronavirus. What? Not Dorian. What? Oh, as in like not Dorian. All right, go write your cock. Have fun. Okay. Yeah, I know I said it right. Okay, so now is going to be the fun part where we have to set up a dev instance of Mastodon, and it's gonna suck. Okay, see Mastodon, get status, get checkout master, get poll. So all the Kubernetes YAML is stored in here inside the Kubernetes folder, which is what we care about. So we can just keep all of these, honestly. We can use the production database. We just have to be careful not to do anything federated, like I said. Hopefully this would work. Yeah. So the other thing is we don't need this persistent volume claim anymore, because instead of using a persistent volume, we should be using object storage, theoretically, I think. This persistent volume claim is used from the web pod, or maybe the streaming pod. So Mastodon web. Yeah, okay. So oh, this is called Mastodon PVC. Wait, so that's a different thing. No, this is a service. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's up here. Why is it up here? Okay, well, anyway. Yeah, so it's used here. Claim name Mastodon PVC. Actually, let's just grab Mastodon PVC. Okay, it's used in every single pod, so we might actually even still need this. I'm just like, oh man, this is just really complicated. Like, I'm definitely gonna break something, and the problem is if you break this stuff, like, it's basically impossible to fix because of the federation and everything. And so I'm really concerned about this. Like, I don't want to do this wrong, because it can be very, very difficult to repair. Maybe I'm just too hungry. I need to like get some Korean. Oh, it's like it's almost 9:30. Shit, you need to make some pizza or something. Okay. Yeah, I might food break. I don't know. My brain is not processing this well. I guess the window didn't help enough. Yeah, all the food places are closed. I mean, I have food that I can make, like frozen shit and other stuff. Just have bacon for dinner. God, how do I do this? I think I'm just gonna say fuck it. I'm gonna deploy it at like cephmastodon.dev kubernetes.ocf.berkeley.edu or something. I'm gonna keep the persistent volume claim here, but add the configuration for S3. Wait, is there late night still? Or like these crossroads? How is the dining court stuff working? Is Nin still here? Please explain. I mean, the dining courts are the primary source of food for to-go meals. That makes sense. Like, they can't just close entirely. Because, yeah. To-go makes sense, though. Kind of sucks, though. Crossroads on Snack Pass. When? So I'm basically going to go ahead and make the config changes. Just see what happens. The one question I have is they use a reverse proxy for caching, and this would be good to do, but we don't need to do this immediately. It'd be good just to work on, but I want to test it without that first, basically. Okay, so this is the thing that I care about. Configuring Mastodon to use the S3 bucket. Transitioning from an existing server. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is syncing again. Okay, so yeah, I think you would do 2 incremental syncs, but filling out the config. So this still says S3 hostname, and it uses. I guess here for this we just do like ceph.ocf.berkeley.edu anyway, and then we don't need to set S3 endpoint because it infers that from S3 hostname. I think, and we don't need to set S3 region because we don't have regions. So I think we can just do this, except instead of doing this, put it here, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I guess let's just try this. Let's edit the config. So mastodon config.yaml. Yeah, so this is what we want. There's also the secret, so obviously the keys need to go in the secret. And I think this stuff all goes to the same place, basically. So like, for instance, this stuff, db pass, yeah. So we just put the secrets in here. Ceph access key ID. Oh shit, no, we have to actually use the right name, huh? What is the name? What did I click on? S3, okay. So, oh, AWS access key ID. And it's actually a Ceph access key ID. Yeah, I can imagine that would suck for dietary restrictions. Yeah. AWS secret access key, Ceph secret access key. Okay. So I'll explain how this secret system works in a second, but let's finish. Oh, let's finish updating the config here. This is just for testing. Whoops. Ceph.dev Kubernetes. So we're just gonna deploy this dev instance here. So hopefully this will make that still work. And then yeah, let's add the S3 settings. I'm gonna make sure not to commit this line. To be clear, S3 enabled. True. S3 bucket. Oh, what did we call the bucket? Oh god, if I scroll up, I'm gonna leak something, huh? Mastodon storage. Mastodon. Oh shit, was that an underscore or a dash? I think it was a dash. Yeah. Storage. Okay. We don't need to set the region. That's not a thing. Protocol. I would hope the protocol would default to HTTPS. But maybe I should set it. I guess everyone else sets it, so. S3 protocol HTTPS. And then We need to set the host name, I guess. I guess we should just set this. We'll just set set both of them, I guess. We'll just set both of them. Dining courts are just in general shitty as far as dietary restrictions. Yeah, if Sam was still here, he could attest to this as well. But yeah, just not fun. Okay, so hopefully this is sufficient. But we will see. So okay, so we were looking at this file, Mastodon secret, and these things are all secrets, so they're not stored in the repository. The way this works is basically in Puppet, there's a file that has all of these defined, and then they get inserted into this file when we deploy, basically. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna copy that file over and blank the screen and add these Ceph keys. So, but I can do some of this without blanking it out. So let's see. So Lightning is the Puppet server. If you go into the private share here, and then you go to Kubernetes and then secrets, you can see there's one file for each service basically. And these files are just like YAML where it has the secret name, like we were looking at in the template. We won't be able to see. And then the value, just YAML. So I'm gonna go ahead and blank the screen out now and then copy over the one for Mastodon. But I'll still be here to talk, you know. Okay. Is it blank? It's blank. Good. All right, gotta set the Ceph access key ID. And the Ceph secret access key. Oh, fuck. Okay, I should be able to unblank here. Hopefully I didn't fuck that up. So I created this file, secrets.yaml, that has the good shit. And then now, oh, there's one other thing we need to change. We have to actually change the ingress to configure the new URL. So we were using, what did we say we were using? Mastodon ceph.dev kubernetes.ocf.berkeley.edu. So mastodon ceph.dev kubernetes. So this is nice because basically if you do anything .dev kubernetes, it will automatically always go to put that into Kubernetes. You don't have to configure, you don't have to like add the host name. Basically there's a wildcard record for that. Okay. Yeah, we use OCF Kubernetes deploy. The app version, we just want to use the current version, so you can get that by just doing like describe -n app mastodon describe deployment, I guess. Oh, this is going to be a bunch of shit. But this is the version that we want. So this is just going to use the same version that is like the one that we actually use. So, okay. I'm gonna give it a different app name because otherwise it will replace the running one. This basically sets the namespace that it deploys into, I think. Hopefully it's that simple. And then secrets are in the secrets file. We say, oh, secrets.yaml. Okay, and then we see if this works. And hopefully this doesn't bring down prod. Pull up Mastodon and start F5ing it. Make sure shit doesn't break. Okay. Oh, we need some colons. Fuck. Or some quotes. This is dumb. See, YAML sucks, guys. YAML is the worst. All right, let's try this again. What the, dude? I changed it. Did I not? Did I not save? What? This is, why is this using the? Maybe this needs to be quoted too. All right, let's try that. That wouldn't surprise me. I guess that's as an environment variable. They all have to be strings, maybe. Yo, Bernie, what's up? All right, how to bridge Discord to 1988 chat service IRC. Bruh. That's disrespectful. All right, Bernie, by the way, you want to watch the earlier part of this VOD because I go over how to set up something using, basically how to set up something using the Ceph revisioner, which is what you want to do with Loki. So go rewatch the first like 30 minutes of this. You don't actually have to watch all of it. You can skip forward a little bit. But I like set up the persistent volume claim and just show you what you need to do. But basically the only thing you have to do is make sure that the persistent volume claim has storage class cephfs, and you pretty much should be good to go, as far as I can tell. All right, let's see if Mastodon is down yet. That's right. Pog. Okay, this still seems to be up, which is good. This is taking a while though. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Fuck. This isn't gonna work. So the problem is, and this dude. Okay, I gotta kill the persistent volume claim here. The problem is the NFS backed persistent volumes can only be can only have one persistent volume claiming them, basically. And since it's already claimed by the actual Mastodon instance, the other one can't access it. I want to look really quick to see if there actually is anything important here. Like, I think it should probably work okay without this. Yeah, like I think it'll work fine without all of this stuff. So what I'm gonna do is just tell it basically not to mount this at all, or just the The cooperc sigh. Honestly, I should be using cooperc. I don't know why I haven't been doing that. Okay. So here, we'll just actually here. Let me just show you, Bernard. This is what you got to do. So this is using like this shit. No. Delete this. And instead, oops. Storage class. Why did it indent? I didn't tell it to indent. CFFS. And it should work now. That's a big should. But we'll see. All right, where is this? No. Oh yeah, that's fine actually. Let's see if Kubernetes will play. I feel like I've seen fan art of like kubectl that uses cuttlefish, because it does sound like that. God damn it! What did I do? Unknown field storage class. Okay, hold on. Let's look at the thing I did earlier. Temp. Wait. Yeah, here we go. PVC. Storage class name. Fuck me. All right. All right. This is why we need a dev cluster. Fuck. Okay, this looks a lot better. This should actually work this time, hopefully. Yes. Okay. All right. So, let's see. Mastodon ceph.dev kubernetes.ocf.berkeley.edu. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to. Oh, okay. Hello. I guess it's still deploying. Connected to the carbon. Okay, sorry. All right, please work. 502. That's an improvement. Not much of an improvement. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Let me log in. No. Time to leaking my master password. Did it? What? Okay. Bruh. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, you can see the image is broken, which is like what we would expect, but the two-factor code. Oh my god. Okay, where's my fucking phone? Hold on. Okay. Some shit is broken. That's okay. I don't know why my home timeline would be empty. It's a little bit weird. But yo, can someone in chat log into this? Like PHP or something? Can you log in? What is broken here? Just hard refresh this. So someone log into the yeah, here, let me just put the link. Log into this so that I can try sending like a DM, basically. What is going on? It is unhappy. let's do the hard refresh here. Oh no. Oh. Okay. So the problem is it's trying to get this stuff directly from Ceph, of course, like we told it to. But that's not whitelist. Like that's firewalled off. Oh man. So I mean, this is like fine for things that don't exist, but this is going to keep things from working. So yeah, so you can see here, this just times out. I don't. You see your home TL? That's good, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I broke something. Okay. So there are a couple things I can do here. I can set up the reverse proxy that they were talking about. So basically, instead of making requests directly to Ceph, instead of making requests directly to Ceph, you would make them to basically some like a mass, like something running in Kubernetes, and then that would just proxy the request through to Ceph, basically. That would be one thing we could do. Or maybe we should just let Ceph through the firewall. So you can just make requests and they pass through. That sounds dangerous without like considering the security implications a little bit better. Like I'm not sure that that API is actually well locked down. I would hope that it would have sane defaults, but I don't actually know. Hello, KMO. I think for now, I'm actually just going to proxy into the OCF network and then think about this later, basically. Because the problem is it's blocked on, oh, fuck. Geez, that, okay. The problem is just it's blocked on the external firewall, so this is what we can do. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, so SSH something like this, supernova, localhost, oh wait, no, SSH-ND. Yeah, this should be fine. And then I can just go to my Firefox preferences here, and so the other thing I want to do is actually make sure that Mastodon is still working. Okay, that seems good. KMO, did you send this from the like Mastodon Ceph one, or like the production one? We should avoid sending things that are public from the Mastodon Ceph one, because the federation will not work. Okay, what am I doing? Proxy. Lol. Yeah. Matrix. Damn. Ah, dude. Matrix. When will Matrix be the source of truth? Okay. So let's try this now. That we're proxied. Okay. Connect. Oh. Connection refused. Okay, it still seems to not like me. let's go to let's just, so I'm proxying through failure. Let's just try this from failure. Okay, fair enough. Oh shit, I forgot the port number in the config. We should probably just make this run at like normal ports instead of at like 443 or whatever. But anyway, so does it work from... Okay, so it works from Supernova, but not StaffEM. This is probably just a firewall thing. That's fine. But it's still going to be trying to get the... It's still not... Still doesn't have the port number. So we need to add that to the config as well. I guess it just looks like this. Hopefully this works. Yes, thank you for trying. Your service is deeply appreciated. Okay, let's see if this is any better. Okay. I think this is still the old one. Yeah, if we can get Matrix poppin', if we can get like key cloakwork in with it, and if we can get dire seaverage set up, you know, shit tasty. All right, come on. Wait, what is it? Okay, it should be work. I guess, damn. Wait, does it not support port numbers on this stuff? Like, sorry, this is probably small. I don't know if I can make this bigger. You can see here, it's still calling out the ceph.ocf.berkeley.edu without the port number. Oh, you know what I did? You know what I bet it is? I bet that when the config map updates, it doesn't actually update it in the, like, all right, we're just gonna do the classic delete pod -- all. Someone double check this, make sure I'm not doing something stupid. All right, I don't see any. Wait, no, you did this. This is terrible. So I'm gonna press enter. This will just delete all the pods, but then the pod should restart, and they should actually get the correct config this time. Hopefully. 500 internal server error, bet. Okay, that's looking good. Oh, it's still running the delete. Oh my god. I think it's really weird. When you run delete, I don't think it actually just deletes. It like waits until the thing is in a steady state. Like, it does take a while to delete a container, but I think when you like run delete, it like waits till they actually restart. Yeah, see. Okay. All right, please work. Please work. I want to get 404s for these, not anything else. No. Why? What? Okay, 404. Wait, yes. Yes! These ones are canceled, I guess. Okay, we're getting 404s. 403s. Whatever, same difference. Okay. Okay, awesome. Okay, I think so this seems to be working now. So what I'm gonna try and do is send PHP, you're logged in here, right? I'm gonna try and send you a DM with a message. So direct PHP. Let's see. Whoa, I got a notification sound? I didn't even know that that was a thing. Alright, let's pick a good one here. Okay. So can you see the image? It seems to be working for me. So actually this is interesting. It does a post to this and then it fetches it directly from the Ceph. Oh, you probably won't be able to see it because you're not. So reply to me and reply to me with another image. Because I think it will be broken on your screen unless you have the proxy set up. Like unless you're proxying, SOX proxying through Supernova. So like that's expected. But if you respond with an image, I should be able to see it. That would be like the ultimate test. Plus you get to put a random meme on the stream, you know, which is everyone's dream. Oh, fuck. All right, chat, should I eat a pizza or Oreos for dinner? Stay hydrated. Also, by the way, in case you used Mastodon in the early days and you got sad that you couldn't upload videos or high resolution photos, the upload size has been bumped, so now you can. Go crazy. Talking to you, Bernard, although I don't think he's on the stream right now. Wait, are there rhythm game servers? Like, how does that work? Camo. Sensitive content. Oh no. Well, it does work. I like how you gave it alt text too. Very accessible. Nick Cage potato. Thank you. Does that also apply to header images and profile pics? So Mastodon, okay, so there were problems before where Mastodon itself might have some limits. I don't know what those are, but the problem was that the proxy, if you uploaded anything bigger than like 1 megabyte or something, the proxy would reject it before it even hit Mastodon. So it applied to everything that you uploaded, basically. But that should be fixed now. There's Tycho and Beatmania web clone. I see. Wait, so are they like web browser games or like what is the server part of it? I don't necessarily think of like rhythm games as things that need servers, except for like leaderboards. Anyway, all right. Well, this is working. So the lingering questions are basically, how do we transfer this over, and can we set up a proxy so that we don't have to expose the Ceph cluster? So I think I'm gonna do the transferring off stream because that's probably gonna be a nightmare and it's probably gonna take literally forever. Not servers per se, but you can put it on Kubernetes pretty easily. The web browser games. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Easy. Got a Docker container? Throw that shit on Kubernetes. Easy. Thinking about deployment strategies? Couldn't be me. Writing random deployment YAML? Copy paste? Fuck yeah. Okay. Alright, so what are we doing here? Right, so let's work on the... Yes, the Nick Cage potato is long. Does Nick in Nick Cage. Does Nick actually not have a K? Is it not Nick? Anyway. So let's look at this reverse proxy thing. We might be able to just use this verbatim, actually. Yeah, this one doesn't. This guy doesn't. I don't think have anything about this. But this one does. So. People don't do the K when they shorten. Oh, that's fair. Never seen it with a K. I mean, Nicholas doesn't have a K either. So if you're shortening, you would be adding a K in most cases, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. That's kind of weird. I don't know why they decided, like, well, yeah. Like, how did Nick end up having a K even though Nicholas doesn't? What is that word? Oh. I was like, tersatility? What the fuck? All right. Okay, so I think so. If we set up this proxy, I honestly think this we might be able to. So, see, this is the like we can do this. It just feels kind of nasty because there's a proxy running on the Kubernetes masters, and then there's Ingress Engine X, and then we would have this proxy, and then we would have Ceph. So it would be going through three reverse proxies to finally get to Ceph, which seems a little bit overkill. So I wonder if there's a better way to do this. Ideally, I would be able to basically put the configuration for this in the Kubernetes ingress. So let's just look at this. So we have this thing, Mastodon ingress. So this is the ingress information for Mastodon, which basically says, by the way, yeah, this is the new upload limit, 80 megabytes. So this basically says, anything for this host, we either pass it to the streaming service if it's going to the streaming API, or we just pass it to the main web pod. So it would be nice if there was a way to add one that would just forward it to Ceph if it matched the right path, and we could actually add a separate host for this, and then add all the caching configurations somehow in. But this probably won't work very well. I think our best bet might just be I think we're gonna have to actually just run an Nginx pod, which is kind of nasty. But it's not too bad. Thinking about how this will work. So here's what I'm going to do. We have other services that just serve basic shit, like that do really basic reverse proxies and stuff like that. So for instance, there's LabMap. I want to look at how LabMap is set up because I know it's a very simple Docker file and it might give us some idea of how to do this. Okay, so we actually use our own Docker image instead of the Nginx one. And then we just copy the Nginx config over basically, and then run it. This might be the simplest thing to do, honestly. So this might be the simplest thing to do. And the nginx.conf looks like this. Right, so this is pretty straightforward, much like this nginx conf is pretty straightforward. Although, to be fair, there's a little more boilerplate here. This is just the server info, but it doesn't include the other stuff. Honestly, this is kind of complicated for what we're trying to do, and I'm not sure it makes sense. So I think what I'll do for now is sorry. Just thinking about this. I think what we can do for now is not have a proxy that caches. If it turns out the load is actually insane and we actually need like a caching proxy, then we can set that up later. But I don't expect it will actually be that bad, especially since Mastodon usage is unfortunately pretty low. So I think for now, I'm just blah, 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 blah. Okay, so the one thing I want to do is we want to be able to access this stuff from without hitting Ceph directly, basically. So I do want to just quickly check, basically, if there's a way to tell the Kubernetes ingress to just pass through these certain requests to the Ceph, to the Ceph URL. So Kubernetes ingress. Just see if there's a way to add this, because right now, basically, we have the only thing we do is we have path and then we have backend. And the thing is, we don't have a service in this case because it's not something inside the cluster at all. So it's not really even an ingress. So this, I wouldn't be surprised if this is just unsupported entirely. Or we might be able to make a service that redirects to something that isn't on like. Yeah, I think we need to. I think you have to use a service here. So the one other thing is you may be able to point a service at something that is not inside the cluster, but I don't know. No. Okay. They can also abstract other kinds of backends. For instance, you want to have an external database cluster in production, but the test environment you want your own. Okay. Manage service without a pod selector. Because the service has no selector, the corresponding endpoint is not created automatically. You manually map the service network. Okay, so the name of the endpoint's object must be a valid DNS subdomain name. What does that even mean? Oh, I see. Okay. So okay, I think this is actually what we want. This is all kind of convoluted, but the idea is basically we create this external service. So normally services allow us to sort of get from the outside internet into pods. But instead of doing that, oh, this is probably small. I just realized. Oh no. Instead of using the service to go outside of the cluster or not. Usually, basically, services are used to identify a specific like HTTP service inside the cluster. And what we want to do is identify an HTTP service outside the cluster. So I think this is what external name is, basically. So I'm looking at the host. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. You may have trouble using external name for some common protocols, including HTTP and HTTPS. Use external name, then the host name used by clients inside your cluster is different from the name that the external name references. I think this should be fine, actually, because I don't think we do any host header matching inside Ceph. So it doesn't actually matter what the host name is, I think. So I think this might actually work. This is kind of wild, but let's just try this. Service. We'll just make this basically. Oh my god. Set paste. It should automatically deploy in the right name. So, and then external name ceph.ocf.berkeley.edu. And then in the ingress, the idea is basically we can just do this. So we'll add a new host. Yeah. Whoops. Except this one will be Mastodon Ceph, I don't know, storage.dev kubernetes.ocf.berkeley.edu. And then here we just do path/service name Ceph, and then the port number is 8443. So with this, we should be able to update our config to point it at that instead. So I think here we just want to change the S3 host name. Yeah. So let's see, Mastodon Ceph storage.dev kubernetes.ocf.berkeley.edu. Okay. And now we see if this works. I am a little bit skeptical. If this does work, then we shouldn't need the like proxy thing anymore. I'm gonna delete all the pods again to try and get the new config. We can also just try hitting this directly, basically. Oh, shit. Actually, we don't want to do this. Well, The problem is we don't want to pass everything through to Ceph, because then we may as well expose Ceph itself. We only want to pass things through that actually are for the correct bucket here, if that makes sense. So yeah. So that's going to get configured in the ingress, actually. So I think maybe we can actually just do this. And then, you know, oh, this terminal is dead. Now the question is, can we do this basically? Mastodon ceph storage.ocf.dev kubernetes.ocf.berkeley.edu. Does this work? Okay, 404 not found. That seems reasonable. Blah. Mastodon storage 502.bat gateway. Okay, that's looking maybe more reasonable, but probably not. Okay. So the other thing to test here, so it seems the ingress is working, but the service is not. So let's go onto a, let's see. So these are, so the Mastodon web, Mastodon streaming services already existed. The Redis service already existed. It's the Ceph service we care about. So let's see, host ceph dot app test mastodon dot service dot local dot cluster dot local. Okay. Right, because this won't have. Okay. We want to query the core DNS pod basically, but I don't remember how to do this. kubedns. Yeah. Okay. So let's try this. Okay. Oh yeah, so it actually sends you the right place. So I would think that this would work. In fact, it would basically be the same as doing like HTTPS, curl, oh shit, but SSL probably won't work. Because this is serving a certificate for it's going to try and connect with this domain name. We don't have a certificate for this domain name. So this might actually still be broken. I mean, we can use HTTP maybe. Like, I mean, it's not great. Let's see. What? Oh, I'm doing CD. Okay. Mastodon ceph ser. There we go. So let's try this. You know, if we do like this, is it 8080? Okay. Oh yeah, this is HTTP, not HTTPS anyway, so try that. The only thing that should change here is the ingress. Oh no. What? Oh, I'm just in the wrong directory. Okay. So now if we try, let's see, no. Yeah, we want to do it locally. Okay. Wait, no, that was normal. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay. So now let's disable the proxy in Firefox and see if it still works. Good sign. Oh, let's clear this. Okay. Most of these images are 403ing. I click on this. Hey, and it works. All right, so this setup is like a little bit sketchy, but it totally works. Stop, go away. I don't know what this void thing is, but that's fine. Okay, okay. Perfect, perfect. So this is pretty much good. I'm probably gonna stop the stream. It's only been like 2.5 hours, but I'm probably gonna stop the stream and then maybe get some food. Yeah, there are not many people on right now, so thank you for sticking around for those of you that are still here. But yeah, Discord after party, of course, always. Although I can't guarantee when I'm gonna get on because I need to eat, like I said. Excuse me. But yeah, so this is awesome success. So now we know that the Ceph, like using the Ceph object storage and stuff actually works. And Camo, if you're still on, that's actually very relevant for you if you want to use Mastodon, because the steps are going to be very similar, especially creating the user and stuff like that. So, you know, check that shit out, you know. Will I stream more as a stream? Stream, I think, is going to be over for now. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit tired and I need to eat, so I don't know. You could I could be convinced to get back on later if there's demand, but I don't think so, given that there's only 3 people watching right now. So yeah, but in any case, thanks you all for watching. Is there anyone I should raid? Who's online? No one good. Okay. Okay. Four. Wait, it still says three for me. Anyway, if Asatilli was on, I would have rated him, but doesn't seem like it. So, okay. Well, thank you everyone for sticking around. This is nice and productive. And yeah, hope you all see you in Discord.